What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna look into this week's markets catalyst, and we'll also look into the macro rundown. Now, you guys, before we jump in, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit the bell so you never miss when I come live here with you guys. All right, so first things first, tariff tensions are back. President Trump is threatening to slap 30% tariffs on imports from Mexico and the European Union starting 1st of August. Now, what does that mean for us, you guys? Like, a tariff is tax, right, on imported goods. It makes these products more expensive. Now, if the tariffs go in effect, prices on many goods could rise and become more expensive. So that's what we pretty much are afraid of, and that could also delay interest rate cuts from the Fed because they don't want the inflation rising again. Right now, so if Trump tariffs go higher, it pretty much means more inflation, and it means that the Fed may want to wait for the cut rates that we expect so much. Now, coming this week, we have CPI data. This is pretty much an inflation check data, so we really need to be looking out for that. Now, that is going to drop on Tuesday, I think. Actually, I checked last week, but I think it's on Tuesday. Anyway, so that's consumer price index. So year over year is expected around 2.6, month over 0.3. Let's see what that comes, and the core at the 0.3 as well. Now, if CPI comes in hotter than expected, you guys, it means that inflation is not cooling, right? So that again is going to affect the rate cuts, and we might see something like a sell-off, right? We don't want that, especially right now, because we're all buzzing. The price is doing pretty well. Now, in terms of the Fed, now, will Powell resign? This is the question, because Trump keeps on hinting that he wants to replace Jerome Powell, right? And some sources suggest, of course, this is all rumors, that he could even resign early, which is definitely going to be a shakeup for the markets. Now, that is going to bring some sort of uncertainty, right? And we can feel it in the air, but in my opinion, he's like so stuck up, like he's not going to leave. He said very clearly that he's here to serve the people. And yeah, and you know what? Like, if we get a new chair, that could mean faster rate cuts. So, and a change of strategy. So essentially, it's not a bad thing, but I just don't see it happening. I think it's just rumors, but it's still something that is bringing tension right now. I looked at the Buffett indicator actually, and it's flashing that it's very high right now at about 230%, which is something that we last saw in the dot-com bubble, but back then was not even that higher, right? And also the 2008 financial crisis, the Buffett indicator was also high. Now, that doesn't mean that a crash is guaranteed, but it does suggest that the market could be what? Overvalued. Now, in terms of the fear in the markets, of course, we look at the VIX, right? So volatility is currently sort of sleeping, but for how long? That's the question, because the VIX measures the market's fear. And right now it's pretty much at historical lows. We're gonna look at the chart, but if fear is super low, complacency sets in a way. And historically, when we have the VIX super quiet, volatility often spikes soon after. So this week we're here to assess what could be the triggers for that. Number one, rumors that Powell is resigning, right? CPI, surprise jump in the CPI inflation could be a trigger. You guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think is the biggest threat to the market right now? Is it tariffs? Is it Powell? I'm not sure if I'm missing anything else, but possibly that I'm missing something else. You guys, let's see who's here. We have Wolfie Whistle, Crypto Love, Gogo, Diamond Eyes, Lily, let's go. Trevor is here, and of course, Ancient Kratoshi. All right, you guys. So very good morning to everyone. It's Monday. I'm still like feeling like the weekend. Oh my God, I even have a coffee here. Don't ask me how I spent my weekend. I was doing my hair. on Sunday, which usually takes 6 hours, you guys. It takes 6 hours. Can we have a little rant, please, before we start? Why does my hair have to take 6 hours in the salon? It's just insane. It feels like a full-time job. It feels like I'm working there with them. It's so crazy. All right, moving on to screen share. Moving on to screen share. Oh yeah, here's some news that I was looking at earlier. And she will say that I'm not here today. What is that? Was just looking at your hair. Yes, crypto love. Girls would notice. Thank you. Guys probably won't notice, but girls will notice. All right, cool. So looking together at the charts, I only had a brief look this morning. We don't need that anymore. So currently it's looking very good, right? It's looking very good. We don't need to go through our predictions from the beginning of the month, whatever. We knew that we're gonna exit 112. Now the strength of this is quite substantial, and I do think that it's possible that we're reaching to some sort of breaking point. Not yet though, because we need confirmation. Of course, we're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything before any confirmation. Crypto love balayage? No, that's not balayage. Oh my god, it's not balayage. Balayage is like a completely different thing. I'm just doing like highlights. Anyway, so yes, before any confirmation, we're not doing anything. Price is still very, very bullish. Now, what can we assess? All right, cool. Well, yeah, we did have the sell zone over here. Everyone was asking, why are you keeping the sell zone even when it's not holding? Well, I keep it because when price trades through it, then that becomes my buy zone, right? Which is exactly pretty much the case. Price breaks through it, retests, very bullish. If you're in, you're in. If you're not, well, you're gonna get more opportunities, especially for alts, I think. Bitcoin, I don't know, I can't really trust it because the TradFi is currently pulling. We're gonna look at the TradFi right now, but I had a brief look this morning. Now, in terms of the extension on on the standard deviation, right? So there is a few ways how you can use the extension, and you can draw your standard deviation. Of course, all of these things I'm going to teach you in my trading model. So you guys sign up for get on the wait list for my trading mentorship, because that's when I'm going to discuss all these things. I'm going to help you how to use standard deviation for entries. I'm going to teach you on my range theory model and all the things that I use on a daily basis to trade on my charts. These are things that you can apply even if you have different style, even if you trade, even if your trading is doing good, you can still apply these things, right? In combination with my indicators, of course. All these things you can find in the description box on how to get to. So this is as far as the standard deviation could extend, right? Before we were looking at 118, so that was when we were not considering the wicks of the candles, but now we're considering the wicks because we woke up with this move, right? We woke up with this move today, so we are due to consider now also the wicks of the candles for the entire move. And as you can see, we're currently trading at 2 of the standard deviation. So if I'm long in the standard deviation down here, this is where I usually will take profits too, right? Price tends to extend higher, but for my security, I'm always out like here. So if I'm trading according to my model, to the T, like I'd be out at this point, right? As soon as price hits 103.060, I'm like out, and probably like I would leave a runner, something like that, right? Does that make sense, you guys? So to me, that's very extended, but that doesn't mean that price couldn't go to like 127. It could. So we're here to look for that move to complete. And how do we know when the move is completed? Well, there is going to be confirmation on a lower time frame, right? Even on a higher time frame, even if you look on a daily, there is still some confirmation that we can take from here. Yes, it's a bit down low, right? It's a bit down low, but still, right? If price starts pulling back and you get in with the confirmation, you're safe, right? If you use lower time frames, maybe potentially, right? If price starts exhausting right now and we start printing some bearish candles, that would make it easier for us if we get another leg up to then consult with that last move soon as price starts reversing, if that is real, right? If that is real. So it's going to look something like this, right? So this is what we're looking at. Good morning, Larry. Ed Murphy finally catching me. Yes, mate, haven't seen you in a while. So yeah, overall still bullish. It's looking fine. There is no reason for me to become bearish, besides the fact that the price has extended to a level that I would usually take profits out. Does that make sense? That's for Bitcoin in particular, you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. In regards to, you know, if we get a pullback, how deep the pullback can be, oh my god, like it can be another ride for a few months of like range price action, because that's essentially what I was expecting for the summer, right? And the alts to be running. Yeah. So everything is gone by plan so far. Our you know, our prediction for July from last month, you guys, has played out to the T. We have given all the entries to everyone for free, like not specific entries, but I've given you zones. Yeah, pretty specific actually, but whatever. I don't want to be responsible for your decisions. But anyway, most of you guys haven't taken any decisions. So, and that's fine. That's fine because it's still early. Cool. Let's look at ETHBTC. By the way, if you want to join Discord, you can join Discord. You can find the link in the description box, in the chat box, whatever you guys, wherever you are. If you are on Bluffin, if you trade on Bluffin, you can use your UID and you can get VIP access in my trading Discord. That's where all the action happens. All the trading communities are our community, not all the trading community, but that's where our community is active. And by the way, on Bluffin, you can trade ETHBTC now, and you can trade Bitcoin dominance as well, by the ways. So looking at ETHBTC, small pullback today, potentially to fill some imbalances. Now let's open here to see. Yeah, we could potentially get a reaction somewhere right now, right? We have some balance price action happening here, mini balance price action. So price could bounce from here. If it wants to pull back deeper, it can bounce from down here. So that's, you know, zones that we're looking at. Zones we're looking at 0.2455 and a little bit further 0.02369 on ETHBTC. Bitcoin dominance, yeah, it's all fine. We're still in that pullback. Let's continue that, right? Because for now, all this is a higher low. We need to continue that, right? We need to start creating lower lows on Bitcoin dominance. For now, we're still too strong. How do I manage to draw these little dots all over the place? Anyway, the good idea is that we have this liquidity down here, or how Mr. Vane would say, a good ID. ID, that's how the Dutch say it. So funny. Anyway, we have liquidity on the 4-hour time frame, 62% on Bitcoin dominance. So we really want to see price drop from here on Bitcoin dominance, right? Because this is a high time frame, 0.786 area that we had one rejection, we retraced slowly but surely, and now we're having another rejection. This is all good. It just needs to hold. It just needs to hold and continue down. All right. Now, finally, let's move out to Ethereum. Let's go. We broke $3,000. Shocker for us, maybe, you know, not. for us not, maybe for you, but not for us, right? Because we had lots of liquidity that we needed to clear, and we cleared that liquidity, and guess what, we have even more liquidity. So ETHBTC next target 3,500. If you're in, you're in. If you're not in, you have to wait for a pullback. You have to wait for a pullback. There is many zones that you can monitor for that on a 12-hour time frame. 2,900, 2,772. These would be areas that price could potentially pull back to, if you are lucky. And if by any circumstances we're extremely lucky, price is going to completely panic everyone and move down to the 0.5 area. Now, if we get that, this is going to be literally the last chance. But I so doubted that price is going to come back to the ultimate entries. I so doubt it, because we had so many opportunities from the 0.5 to re-enter that it's just, I don't know if we're gonna get a 10th chance. But you never know with crypto, right? You never know. So we don't want price to pull back that much, right? That's gonna be so much. That's gonna literally erase all the gains, like 15%. Come on now. But anyway, if we're that lucky and we get that pullback to that extent, I think that's going to be very, very nice for us, because that is going to be potentially our last chance to get in on ETH. Yes, that would be more than great, Diamond Eyes. You are absolutely right, but I don't think it's going to happen, right? Because price already left, right? Price already left. Just like we had one break of the daily support and only one tap. I don't know if we're gonna get another tap at the 0.5 after we've broken out from it like this. I don't know. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, anyway, from now, if it's really bull, the pullbacks are not gonna be that deep. They're not gonna be that deep. Mr. Vane is saying that grass is not dead. We can look at grass a little bit. Let's have a look at Sol. Sol finally breaking out of the 0.5. Sol is given us even bigger opportunities, right? Because Sol pulled back deeper from the 0.5. And guess what it's doing right now? It's breaking daily support / resistance. It broke it just here. Which was pretty much what we were waiting for, a conservative entry. That's what we were waiting for, right? We wanted to see a conservative entry on Sol. So there you go. That's your conservative entry. So on a pullback, tap into 162. You know, I'm considering this. I'm considering this at this point. If we're gonna get lucky, maybe even drop to the 0.5. So that would mean 155. If you see 155 on Sol, like it's clear for me. Maybe have a pullback today when Trump announces his beef with Russia and supporting Ukraine. But good inflation data announcement this week should save us. Yeah, we have to see pretty much the CPI, but yeah, Trump is also very relevant this week, just like it's been every week since he's been elected, right? Because price moved from his election day and retraced exactly to his when he won the elections, and that was the retrace pretty much. So yeah, Solana again, 162, 155. These are the areas that you want to be looking at if you're not in. It's not late, honestly, you guys. I'm telling you, like, it's not. For me, it's not. Like Say, for example, like looking at Say, right? There's so many people that believe in Say so much. Very clear entry down here at our daily support 0.1469. Like, there was nothing better than this. All right, if you're in, you're in. If you're not, well, you should have watched the streams. Anyway, resistance, another pullback over here to a nice zone of a range, and then continuation for Say. Now, where are we finding ourselves for Say? We're at the 0.236, so we haven't even broken anything yet. So essentially, what is this chart telling you? Well, this chart is telling you it is just the beginning. In fact, we haven't even done anything yet. This is nothing, right? This is literally nothing. So we haven't even broken the 0.236 on say. You know, you can still even wait. Like you can even wait to break 0.39, which is going to be, you know, massive confirmation for say, for example. You know, so things are looking good in general. Higher time frame, when you look at it, it looks fine. It looks fine. Fed holding the range over here, bullish, right? Not extending below the midway of this is VWAP, I think I was using here. Anchored VWAP, yeah. So that's bullish price action overall. Very good price action. Same, Fed hasn't even come out of the 0.236. So it's pretty much early days right now. In my opinion, it's very good, right? Doge was very nice. Doge was very nice, extremely nice. Hopefully, right, hopefully we're gonna get a pullback. If we get a pullback, it's gonna be pretty much generational for all of us in terms of alts. I was looking at Pepe. I think I longed Pepe over the weekend for on leverage a little bit, but still big moves to the upside for Pepe as well. Like the frog needs to move, right? If any meme coin is going to move, I think it's going to be Pepe, in my opinion. What else? Someone mentioned grass. Let's have a look at grass real quick. See what's grassing. Is grass grassing? I mean, yes, there is liquidity, but have we broken this low? Not really. We haven't really, but we have extended a bit too much to the downside. So yeah, potential for that, definitely. I can see it over here. Just like Mr. Vane said, because he's using the indicators. You guys, if you haven't bought the indicators, go ahead and buy them, because that's where you're gonna see all the liquidity. So yeah, here it is, 2.6, 2.8, right? We're looking at a daily time frame, which is pretty high time frame. Pretty high time frame, you guys. Was there something on the weekly? Was I tripping? Nothing on the weekly. 12 hourly, I think, something. Yeah, 12 hourly showing even 3.5, which is good. Well, you know, the good news is that we haven't breached that low over here. So it could be something. It could be something for sure. Grass. What is grass anyway? ICP. That's an interesting one. I haven't looked at ICP in a bit. Or maybe that's a lie, because probably I did look at it. ICP here. It's definitely on my list. Because of liquidity, I'm pretty darn sure. Yeah, ICP massively on my list. $21 potential on that. That's a huge potential. 272%. Is that going to be like one of the coins that is actually completely going to surprise us? This is the question. Mr. Vane is saying that grass has a lot of potential. Yeah, ICP is looking good. ICP is looking good. It just needs to start working a little bit. Hasn't done much right now for me to become interested in it again, back in. But ultimately, if you use my indicators, you would know that this sort of triangular formation needs to stop pricing from dropping If this is really strong and if the move is going to be true, price needs to stop in this area. And this is what it's doing right now. It's kind of trying to recover. So, but I'm gonna need more confirmation for that. Jan-teen plug, can you look at cookie? You guys, if you join Discord, I'm gonna look at any chart you guys want me to look at. It's easier that way. So yeah, you can join the VIP section using your Bluffin UID. It's like very simple. So that's when we do review these things. Not only me, like all the traders that are there. Hit the like button, you guys. Yes, don't forget to do that. Hit the like button, very important. We're gonna look at that cookie thingy. All right, well, not something that I particularly like seeing so far. Standard chart for what it is. Not holding anything. I don't even believe that move right now. I don't believe that move. I believe that we need to come down and clear these lows over here. If we're lucky, maybe a move from here, but that's not a chart that I would trade, to be fair. In terms of holding, again, I don't see anything. In terms of liquidity, there is nothing. But obviously that's how most of these charts work. Memes and stuff. If that's a meme, that's a meme, right? Yeah. I mean, darn, it's not looking good. Pump.fun. Very fun on Pump.fun. When are we having the launch, you guys, on Pump.fun? Is it today? Is it today? But anyway, that's a good pullback overall here. Where was my entry? Let's have a look, because I'm pretty sure I have a limit on this. I'm pretty sure I have a limit. Actually, I was in Pump.fun over the weekend trading the range. So that was fine. But yeah, I pretty much knew that there is going to be some more manipulation. So because I was on leverage, I didn't want to be back in. But I'm just trying to remember, where did I put my entry? Anyway, I'll probably have to check that. But I have an entry somewhere here on this Pump.fun. Could you please remind me, where is the Hbar entry point you wanted to get filled, but it didn't? Hbar, I don't remember. Let's have a look together. Let's have a look together. I'm probably avoiding looking at it because it was so annoying to me. Hbar, here. This was it. Hbar. That was my my entry, because this liquidity was not cleared. So my entry was at the liquidity, so a little bit above it actually. 0.12540, and price dropped to 1581. So 12540, 12581 basically is where I did not get filled on Hbar. So yeah, that's the annoying bit about it. But it is what it is, right? We continue. This is not just the only entry that I'm going to get. Why am I drawing these lines everywhere and like dots? Is so annoying. Anyway, Hbar really strong, right? Really strong. It has liquidity that is like right now currently is heading for this 0.2873723. That's the liquidity right now Hbar wants to take. It looks great. it looks great. What can I tell you? I think we're gonna be lucky if we get retrace to the 0.5. That's around 0.220. You know, for re-entries on Hbar. I think it would be so nice. Yeah, it will do. It should do well. I hope it will do well. The pullbacks were a little bit deep, I must say, but yeah, a tab is a tab into the 0.236. So I always count that. You know, I always count. If price didn't come to tap the 0.236, I would be almost convinced that we're gonna exit 0.4. I would be convinced. But to be fair, this is one of the coins that has tapped the 0.236 and is already like on a way up. So it's trading almost like Solana, almost like Ethereum in terms of my analysis and my methods. So to me, that's going high, right? So this is how I can figure out, okay, even though it's tapped the 0.236, because when that happens, I'm expecting to exit at around, with some of the position with around 0.786. But in these circumstances, and having assessed the entire market, I would expect higher prices for this easily. So yeah, I see Hbar above $1. Freedom. It has great utility. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys, make sure you sign up. Go on the wait list for the mentorship program that I'm going to start with you, hopefully in a couple months, in a month's time or whatever. I'm just trying to decide when is the best time, because everyone's on holiday, everyone's having fun, everyone's in Ibiza or somewhere really nice partying, you know, and I'm like, I don't even feel FOMO, you guys. I don't even feel FOMO. Do you know why? Oops, why am I moving everything again? I don't even feel FOMO to the slightest, because the biggest DJs that you guys are paying hundreds of dollars to listen to on Ibiza used to come in my small hometown every weekend to play their gigs when I was like 14, 15 years old. You know, everyone's going like, yo, these big DJs, woo. And I'm like, dude, they were in my backyard. So I don't feel FOMO at all. But yeah, it's good times. It's good times, especially for Europeans, right? Europeans know how to have fun. Yeah, you guys are most welcome. And I'll see you on Discord, right? If you don't know how to enter Discord, I told you, it's very simple. Sign up on Bluffin, right? There is instructions. Just go on Discord and you will find the VIP access. You can get there just by signing to Bluffin, right? And then we're trying to make everything better for everyone, you guys, so we can give you the most value, or I can give you, I love to say we, even though it's only me, but yeah, I'm just imagining a team that I have. All right, cool. Next party in your backyard. Mr. Vane knows, he's from the Netherlands. Come on, the parties that we had in the Netherlands, oh my god, out of this world, especially in Groningen. Oh my god. Paradigm, remember Paradigm? Anyone that's been in Groningen? It was this warehouse. Yeah, Paradigm, we had good times. Okay, cool. All right, you guys, I'll see you on Discord, right? Hope you have a good one, you guys. I'll see you later.